Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amir Poonawala. I'm a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and migration agent for Australia. Please click the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Push the bell icon so you can get regular updates with regards to various immigration related issues and how to apply for different visas. Also, please read our legal disclaimer provided in the comment section before watching this video. Thank you. Okay, so what have I got for you today? Right, so today we are going to look at and discuss about what is a limited visa. I mean, this topic, this subject comes up every now and then in few of our cases, and I thought, why not prepare and create a video so as to elaborate a little bit on what a limited visa is actually. So let's look at some basic steps, or you can call it basic conditions surrounding what a limited visa is, what are the objective behind introducing this visa type, and what are the various conditions. Obviously, I am not going to cover the whole set of conditions, but we will touch the critical areas which are relevant to the limited visa. So let us first look at the objective of this particular type of visa. And you must remember that the objective of New Zealand's limited visa instructions is to facilitate the entry of visitors, students and workers who seek to enter New Zealand temporarily for an express purpose only. Now this is something to keep in mind, for an express purpose only, and who would not otherwise be accepted for temporary entry because of a risk that they might remain in New Zealand after their temporary visa expires. So this is quite obvious. If immigration identifies a risk with a particular applicant and they feel that they might overstay, or there could be various other risks immigration could identify with a particular applicant, and if there is something of concern, then the chances are that immigration may offer you to grant a limited visa. Whether to accept the visa or not is up to the applicant. Okay, so let us look at the next point. Right. And in some instances, applicant themselves might choose to apply for a limited visa depending on the nature of their visit to New Zealand. There is a whole lot of scenarios over there. So we will touch a few of them. And in some instances, applicants who have been offered employment to undertake seasonal work in the horticulture or viticulture industry for a recognized seasonal employer under the recognized seasonal employer instructions. So a limited visa is a more appropriate option for such applicants. Right. Okay, so now let us look at the various express purposes for which a limited visa may be granted to an applicant. So a limited visa must always specify an express purpose for which the visa has been granted. And an express purpose could include the following. Point number one is study as a full fee paying student, and this is generally for short term courses. Okay. Point number two is to attend an event such as wedding, funeral, conference or seminar, or it could be a graduation ceremony or any other significant ceremony or sports events or tournaments or different matches, or there could be a religious event. So these are express purpose and for which one can apply for a limited visa. Okay, another express purpose could be that an applicant wants to avail some medical treatment at a clinic or a medical facility based in New Zealand. So in that instance also you can apply for a limited visa. There could also be another express purpose that could apply to some individuals where there is a family emergency. Let's say the applicant's extended family are based in New Zealand, and due to that family emergency of the member based in New Zealand, you may want to visit them, see them. This could be one such express purpose. Since your family member could be ill, or there has been an accident and something of that sort. Another express purpose could be to attend a milestone event such as an anniversary or a reunion. So this could be another purpose. And then coming to the next point is someone who is like undertaking seasonal work, like I mentioned earlier, in the horticulture or viticulture industry, and they could most likely apply for a limited visa under the umbrella of a work visa. So what else have we got here? Or any other specific purpose really. I mean, these are just examples of what an express purpose event or situation could be, Right. Okay, so now let's come to the next topic of what are the limitations surrounding holders of limited visas. So the holder of a limited visa is subject to certain conditions and limitations. Number one, the holder must leave New Zealand no later than the date on which the visa expires. And this is applicable to it's basically for every visa. You can't continue staying in New Zealand after the expiry of your visa date. This is quite obvious, common sense really. Next one says the holder may not apply. Now this is another important critical point you must remember. The holder may not apply for a visa of a different class or type, whether before or after their visa expires, while they are in New Zealand. So when you arrive in New Zealand as a holder of a limited visa, you cannot apply for any other visa. To apply for any other visa, you must exit New Zealand. Either you go back to your home country or to any other country, and you apply for a new visa for New Zealand once again. So please bear that in mind. Right. Then coming to the next point is that again the holder of a limited visa may not request a special direction under section 378 of the Immigration Act or a visa under section 61 of the Immigration Act 2009, whether before or after the visa expires while in New Zealand. Right. Or the holder may not, whether before or after the visa expires, appeal to a court or a tribunal or otherwise. So this is another point to remember. And the holder will not be granted an interim visa while in New Zealand. Also to note is that the holder is liable for deportation if unlawfully in New Zealand after the limited visa expires. So another critical point to remember there. And the holder can be served with a deportation order as soon as the limited visa has expired, unless section 175 subsection 1 subsection A applies. So that is another thing to remember. The holder of a limited visa may be granted a further limited visa only if they require further time to achieve the express purpose for which the original visa was granted. Now, to give you an example here is, let's say you applied for a limited visa to come to New Zealand to attend a wedding ceremony. And let's say the wedding ceremony was, for example, on the 15th of January of a given year, and you arrive in New Zealand on the 10th of January. Now, due to some unforeseen circumstances, the wedding gets postponed to next month. So what happens? In this instance, you may apply for another limited visa. Let's say your visa was going to expire on the 30th of that month. So in that instance, you can then apply for another limited visa, explaining all this situation that has come up beyond your control, and request for an extension or a new limited visa for a further period. But remember, it is not as easy as completing a form again. There are heaps of supporting evidence you will need to provide to convince the immigration officer who is going to handle your application. So there is a bit of work around when it comes to applying for an extension also. Right. And like I have always said in almost all of my videos, the most crucial part of a limited visa application or any visa application is the supporting documentation that you are required to provide along with your application at the time of submission to Immigration New Zealand. And if we were to represent you for any visa application, as a standard practice, we will provide you with a checklist of documents, and this will be customized to your particular situation and scenario, and you will then be required to arrange all such documentation, provide it to us. We will review that, compile your application, and then submit it to Immigration New Zealand. So getting this list of supporting documents and arranging your supporting documents according to this list is very, very crucial. You must remember that. And more importantly, getting this whole compiling, reviewing and submission of your application right first time is also very, very critical. I mean, once you have submitted your application and you realize that some information has been missed out or incorrect, there could be various implications, which may go against your application. So this is what we at G.E.M.S International will take care of to ensure that your application has been submitted in a very professional manner and the way the department would like to see it. Right. And last but not least, also when it comes to making a limited visa application, you will be required to provide documentary evidence again to prove that you are a bona fide applicant. And what this simply means in a layman's term is that you will have to provide enough evidence to prove that you are a genuine applicant for a limited visa, and you are not someone who is trying to utilize this visa category to enter New Zealand. This is something you must remember, and this is something technical when it comes to different visa types. We will ensure that your documentation has been presented to the immigration department in the most appropriate way, in a way that reflects your true intentions of coming to New Zealand. Thank you. I have always mentioned in all my videos, and I would like to reiterate once again in this video, that due to the tricky and complex nature of various visa applications, we highly recommend that you avail professional help from a licensed immigration advisor to lodge your visa application. At G.E.M.S International, we not only provide you with professional help but expert advice, and you can reach us round the clock by calling us on our WhatsApp mobile number given in the comment section of this video, and we will be glad to assist you. So thank you once again for taking the time to watch our video. I hope you have found this useful and interesting. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and push the bell icon so you can get regular updates with regards to various immigration related issues and how to apply for different visas. Until then, stay safe, take care, goodbye, and see you next time.